Good morning, and thank you so much for your time. I'm so anxious to talk about Rifkin's festival. Um, Wallace Shawn, you and I have talked several times over the past years, but never about a Woody Allen film. And you've worked with Woody several times. Is there a shorthand that you have developed?
Uh, well, he doesn't say too much usually. So shorthand, and his face is not usually terribly expressive. The shorthand is if he doesn't like it, then he talks and you try to interpret what he's saying. Most of the time, he if he's liking it, he doesn't say anything.
Wow.
That's the shorthand.
Does he allow for any ad-libbing or going off the script at all?
Yes, he encourages it. And I wouldn't say ad-libbing, but he actually says, or at least he said to both of us, it's not written in stone, and if it's more comfortable to say it slightly differently, go ahead. And, sometimes people can even throw in a few extra things along the same lines as what is written there, depending on their character.
Gina, it's a pleasure to catch up with you and finally have a quick conversation. You being a musician at heart, a singer, do you hear rhythms and cadences in the roles that you take on?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny as Wally was answering that, I felt Wally's absolutely right. He doesn't really say anything, but it's almost like I think I would connect with Woody as far as his direction as far as a rhythm, because he'd be like, it's kind of like he's like yeah. So I feel like there was a unspoken rhythm musical thing. So I connected with him on that, because Wally's right, he doesn't really express what he's saying. If he doesn't like it, he'll say, no, let's do it again because of, and then you're like, okay, got it.
Tell me a little bit about your character.
She's she's a publicist. She's going to this festival to promote her groovy director. And I think she's, she fell in love with Wally's character more, who's an intellectual and so brilliant. And I think she really is attracted to brilliant minds and to inspirational people. And I think she's at a cross. They're just at a moment where they're kind of slightly growing apart, where I think she wants to stay with the new and the fresh and the exciting, where more it's very old school. And it's hard, you love someone, but you might be growing in a different way. So I think she loves Mort very much, but it's also, she needs to answer to her own needs at a certain point to keep growing.
What about Mort attracted you to the role?
Yes, I was attracted because it was offered to me by Woody. I said yes, frankly, before I knew what I was playing. Yeah. I might have, been playing a vampire, and that would have been fun too. But to play a writer or a semi-intellectual, that was better than being a vampire, because it's sort of, I am a semi-intellectual.
You are.
So but the part is he's quite a complicated person, and going through in the course of the film, a big change, really huge. He because he's been I think depressed because he's I mean, partly trying to impress his wife, Sue, in a way that is not authentic for him, and not working in regard to her either.
In our final moments that we have, the other character in this movie is Spain itself. I mean, what was it like filming in Spain, Gina?
So the whole thing was a bit of a dream, you know. I mean, I'd wake up and be in the makeup chair watching Wally, just, you know, who's just you're lovely to wake up with, and being on the set with Woody and Vittorio Storaro. And then you have not just Spain, but, you know, you have San Sebastian, which is so incredible. I would actually start my days running into the ocean and swimming, and then going to the set. And it was light out until about 9 o'clock. So then I would take these wonderful walks. And the food, I mean, the hardest thing about working there is not, you know, gaining 10 pounds, because all you want to do is eat, because the food is incredible. It's beautiful.
Wallace Shawn, I'm going to give you the last word. What was it like filming in Spain for you?
Well, it was a little different. I didn't put my feet into the ocean, or I took very few walks. I took a few, well, just down the street, I suppose. But I love Spain. And of course, it was great acting with Elena Anaya, a magnificent Spanish actress. And the whole crew was Spanish. And so everything was, I don't know, it was charm and warmth from the very minute that you walked onto the set. It was a very, very, very nice experience to be with those people. And they were all having a good time, I would say. And they were enjoying making the movie. It was a beautiful experience, I have to say.
It's a wonderful film to watch too. You guys did such a great job in this, and it opens here, I think, on the 28th, and everybody should go see it. It's just a lovely, lovely statement about marriage, about relationships, and about ourselves. And again, what a fine job you both did.
It's also on Apple TV and all those. You could stream it as well if you're still anxious about going to theaters. Like I am.
Yeah, we're all a little nervous. You guys have a wonderful morning, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.